Goodbyes are only for those who love with their eyes. Because for those who love with their soul and heart, there is no separation. People whom we love might indeed be gone from our sight, but they never leave our hearts. Let us all take a moment to remember a great soul, an amazing human being, whose legacy is etched into the minds of many and whose life touched many lives. Mr. Awanish Kumar Dev. Born in 1962 in a middle-class household, with his father being a government employee and his mother a homemaker, Awanish was passionate about education, and so he excelled in his academics, both during his intermediate education and higher studies. His pursuit for a better life did not just end there. As he graduated, he felt the urge to contribute to the society. Owing to the same, Awanish graduated from the Xavier Institute of Social Service. Awanish began his professional career with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited in the year 1984, followed by a 5-year stint at Bharat Electronics Limited. Those were the days he found the woman of his dreams, Suparna, and they tied the knot on 27th January 1995. The supportive husband was now also the loving and caring father of a beautiful boy, Abhyudit. An illustrious career continued and spanned through various organizations and led him to the Human Resource Department of Maruti Suzuki India Limited in June 2010. Awanish was a man of substance who ideally balanced his personal and professional life and was an absolute joy to be around. However, our personal and professional lives are constantly being hit by adversities. Most of the time, what happens is not under our control, but how we react to the situation, how we adapt, and how we act depends on us. The Maruti Suzuki XISS Awanish Kumar Dev Trust is the outcome of the aftermath of one of the biggest adversities in the Indian industrial landscape. The labor unrest of July 2012 shook up the industrial society. To stand with the severest strain without breaking is the real test of unity, and the entire HR fraternity stood the test of time by coming together to commemorate the memory of a very treasured member, Shri Awanish Kumar Dev. An MOU was signed between Maruti Suzuki and XISS on 26 November 2012 at New Delhi, and thereafter, a trust known as Maruti Suzuki XISS Awanish Kumar Dev Memorial Trust was formed in the memory of Shri Awanish Kumar Dev and was formally registered on 10th June 2013 at Ranchi. The vision and purpose of the trust is to establish and operate a scholarship scheme, and each year scholarships are offered to 3 meritorious students from XISS Ranchi HRM faculty. To organize and conduct an Awanish Dev Memorial Lecture each year. To establish, promote, set up, run, maintain, assist and train at vocational centers. Organize lectures, activities and shows for the cause of HR and allied subjects. The Trust decided to organize Awanish Dev Memorial Lecture on a rotational location principle every year. The vision behind the lectures is to build industrial relations capability by bringing together on a single unified platform leading academicians, HR thought leaders and HR student community to strengthen ER-IR capability building across the country. This initiative of Maruti Suzuki is jointly organized along with NHRDN since 2013. The first Awanish Dev Memorial Lecture was organized at XISS Ranchi in 2013 with the support of Maruti, XISS and NHRDN. This was attended by senior HR fraternity from across the country and students from various business schools. Shri Rameshwar Sahab, father of late Shri Awanish Kumar Dev, Srimati Suparna Prasad, wife of late Shri Awanish Kumar Dev, and close relatives of late Shri Awanish Kumar Dev joined for the first memorial lecture to pay homage to their dearest family member. Dignitaries like Mr. K. Ramkumar, Chief Human Resource Officer, ICICI Bank, Mr. Manas Panda, Executive Director HR, SAIL, Mr. Anand Naik, Executive Vice President HR, ITC Limited, Mr. P. Dwarkanath, Advisor, Group Human Capital, Max India, and Father Alex Ekka SJ, Director, XISS Ranchi, joined to speak about building world-class organizations. The second Awanish Dev Memorial Lecture was held at Delhi in 2014. Dignitaries like Mr. R.C. Bhargav, Chairman Maruti Suzuki India Limited, Mr. Kenichi Ayukawa, MD and CEO Maruti Suzuki India Limited, Padma Shri late Dr. Preetham Singh, Mr. S.Y. Siddiqui, COO, HR, IT, Finance and COSL, Maruti Suzuki India Limited, and other eminent members of the industry graced the occasion with their presence and spoke about industrial relations in the changing business environment.
Let us not put ourselves before others. Let others come before us. And I think if everybody does that, then everybody is going to benefit and we will become a much better society.
Moving on to the third lecture of the edition, which was held at Mumbai in 2015, it was witnessed by the stalwarts of the Indian industrial landscape, Mr. Rajiv Dubey, Group President Mahindra & Mahindra, Dr. Arvind Agarwal, Mr. Yogi Sriram and others. The deliberations of the lecture were unique and we arrived at various insights on repositioning industrial relations in the new India.
Industrial relations has to be given the stature of a critical business process. It has to enter into the business excellence models that many companies have.
The wheels of time turned and the industry again came together to stand in solidarity for the fourth Awanish Dev Memorial Lecture at Chennai in 2016. Mr. B. Sansanan, President of Flat Glass and Solar, St. Gobain, and Mr. S. Parthasarthi, Rane Group, gave the keynote address. Other celebrated members of the industry, such as Mr. Pramod Mahatme, deliberated about forecasting the ER challenges of 2020.
But more than anything else, digital will enable us to connect, collaborate with our employees deeply.
And the journey of thoughtful reflection continued with the fifth Memorial Lecture, which was held at Hyderabad in 2017. Valued members of the Indian industrial landscape like Mr. Satish Sharma, President APMEA, Apollo Tyres, Mr. Ashok Taneja, President Shriram Pistons and Rings Limited, and others graced the occasion with their presence and reflected about the real HR of IR.
HR and IR, to my mind, is going to converge even more, if not already. It's again, the parts are going to become the whole. And the demand for IR specialists is going to grow.
The sixth Awanish Dev Memorial Lecture, which was held at Kolkata in 2018, saw the emergence of a very pertinent topic that was a cause of concern for the HR fraternity. Respected members of the industry like Mr. P. Dwarkanath, Non-Executive Chairman GlaxoSmithKline, Mr. R. Sridhar, Executive Vice President HR ITC Group, and others graced the occasion with their presence and mulled over realigning ER strategy for sustained manufacturing excellence.
HR professionals, please do not do something which is nice to do it, rather than it has got some purpose and it aligns with your business strategy.
The year 2019 saw policymakers debating on how to give an impetus to manufacturing in India and make India a global manufacturing hub. On the same line, the theme of the 7th Awanish Dev Memorial Lecture was held at Pune in 2019. Respected members of the Indian industrial landscape like Mr. Manoj Kolhatkar, Managing Director, Gabriel India Limited, Mr. Nirmal Kumar Minda, CEO, UNO Minda Group, and others graced the occasion with their presence and contemplated over the theme Make in India through Excellence in Manufacturing at Industry 4.0.
Convert this Make in India to make quality in India. Reach to a level of excellence so that we can become globally competitive.
During the years 2020 and 2021, the entire world was plagued by COVID. The economic and social disruption caused by the pandemic is devastating. It underlined the importance of health and well-being and the need to understand contemporary global challenges. During the 8th lecture, luminaries like Mr. R.C. Bhargav, Chairman Maruti Suzuki, Mr. Kenichi Ayukawa, MD and CEO Maruti Suzuki, Mr. T.V. Narendran, MD and CEO Tata Steel, Mr. S.Y. Siddiqui, Executive Advisor Maruti Suzuki, and others came together virtually and deliberated on the theme Building Progressive Employee Relations for Competitive Advantage. The 9th Awanish Dev Memorial Lecture was also held virtually. Mr. Suresh Narayanan, Chairman and MD Nestle India Limited, Dr. Santrupta Mishra, CEO Birla Carbon, Director Birla Carbon, Mr. Rajesh Uppal, Member of Executive Board Maruti Suzuki India Limited, and many other eminent leaders deliberated on the topic Redefining ER Strategy with focus on employee well-being.
We lost Awanish on 18th July 2012 in a horrific incident of industrial violence. Through a career spanning 28 years, Awanish had worked for companies like HAL, BEL, Samtel, Minda and Maruti. In all his organizations, he was considered a man of courage and conviction. I am proud and blessed to have been part of his life for whatever time God had ordained for us. Losing Awanish in this manner taught me many life lessons. The most important one was the realization that each one of us suffer some measure of adversity in our lives. It is how you deal with it is what defines you. After this incident, I had a choice. I could choose to live a life of anger, resentment and bitterness, but instead I chose to let go and turn this ordeal into something positive. And hence the Awanish Dev Memorial Trust happened. Through the activities of the Trust, we are now honoring Awanish's memory in small and meaningful ways. I would also like to mention the empathy and commitment of Ayukawa-san, who takes time out from his busy schedule to visit us every year to pay homage to Awanish on 18th July. Although the pain of losing Awanish will never go away, but this simple gesture by Ayukawa-san helps me feel secure and connected to the Maruti family.
With his passion and perseverance, Awanish proved to be an inspiration for all those around him. He was someone who had the courage, tenacity, and the strength of character to preserve the cause of HR and remain by the side of his values till the end. The HR team truly misses his presence and the energy he brought along. He rests in our hearts and has our respect for the kind of person he was and the values he encompassed. Awanish Kumar Dev, you are and will always be truly missed.